What's going on? Good morning, folks.
What up, peoples?
Ooh, I didn't turn no lights on. I'm like, why does it look so dark in here?
Good morning, peoples and peoples. Happy Friday. What's good, everybody? What's good? Like, join, and share.
Look back and watch me.
Yesterday should have been Friday. Like, real talk.
Yep.
God, I know you make no mistakes. But yesterday should have been Friday. And, like, I know my day doesn't end here.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I gotta go home, take care of some house stuff. And then we have, like, the ministers retreat this weekend.
Mm-hmm.
And I have a wedding. I have, like, ministers retreat in the morning Saturday and then a wedding. Until.
Dang.
And then back to Sunday. Like, No, virtually no weekend this weekend. Like,
when it be like that.
I'm like, oh, like, what you doing this weekend? Not sleeping. Like, not getting a drop of sleep. Not an itty bitty of sleep at all. Good morning, y'all. Good morning for the people who's in the room. Good morning. I'm really interested in this question of the day. Like, obviously it's prompted by a situation. Morning, happy birthday! Is it her birthday?
Yes.
Happy birthday!
Happy birthday, sis.
One time for the birthday girl. What's going on, Trixie? Like, don't be mad at me, Trixie. So, I have met you multiple times at multiple barbecues. Did not know who you were until I saw a picture with you and Erica together. And I was like, oh, my bad. Because y'all almost kind of share a face. Yeah.
No, for sure.
I was like, well, oh, terrible. I am completely terrible. But I hope your birthday celebrations are good today. It appears that you have a very busy day today.
Somebody else getting next to you. Yeah, today her bridal shower.
Yeah, I just saw it.
Yeah, she got an eventful day today.
But, okay, so like random question. Best food at bridal shower? Like
Bridal shower food?
Like, is it the meatballs?
I'm tired of meatballs. I'm gonna just keep it a big buck with you. It was just they just took over one time. It was just like meatballs every event. Like nobody want
She
meatballs.
said I slept last night, y'all.
Good stuff.
I'm jealous because I did not.
Oh dang, I slept good.
Like when I finally did fall asleep, I went to sleep. But like I had to put on. She said the spaghetti salad.
Mm-hmm.
See, it depends on who makes it.
Oh, for sure.
Because I've had some really, I've had such bad experiences with spaghetti salad. I am put off spaghetti salad now. Because everybody was like, oh, yo, Shanti's spaghetti salad is monster. I just won't eat it because I'm so damaged. And I know her food is good, but I'm so damaged by it, I won't eat it. But I fell asleep, I want to say over an hour after I dropped you off. But I had to put on, soaking worship music.
Oh no.
And
I cannot. Oh, you too deep.
It was instrumental.
Still, it's worship music. I cannot go to sleep listening to worship music.
Are you serious?
What?
Dude, that's some of the best sleep.
No.
Wow. That is it's
God, I'm sleeping in your grace.
No, you made it deep. Some music, soaking instrumental music is so peaceful and calming that it puts you to sleep. No, it's not like you hear words. It's just instruments.
I hear you. It's just nope. If I'm gonna listen to worship music, I'm gonna worship and not go to sleep. It's the difference. I just go to sleep though. I never really have an issue. I watch TV, like you said, I was up for about I'd say 45 minutes until I went to sleep.
I wasn't even watching TV. I came home, I needed to clean my body because it was dirt and outside.
Gotcha.
And sweat. And I was like, I'm not getting in my bed like this. Mm-hmm. And then I was just sitting there really sleep? You not gonna show up? Okay. Worship soul care music. Didn't even make it through the first round. Because it's a 3-hour like segment.
Oh no.
But like I said, it's instrumental. So to me, it just brings peace. Like it's just peace and calming. And like once I did that peace and calming in that right position, just like then it was like it is 6. Ah, like I was so angry because it literally felt like I slept for 45 minutes. I'm so mad.
Yo.
I was like, yeah. So I was like, at some point today, a nap has to happen because I would be in the retreat mad if I don't get no sleep.
I'm not gonna get no sleep today. I got a wedding to shoot. I might have a studio session to shoot. So yeah.
In order to remain friendly, I'm taking my tail to sleep. Because I know in my soul if I don't go to sleep, I'm gonna be real angry later. Like,
what you got to do later?
This is the first day of the ministers' retreat.
Ministers' retreat.
Mm-hmm. It's a 2-day ministers' retreat today and tomorrow.
Where at? At the church?
At the church. Yeah. That's why I said I'm not gonna have a weekend because like I'm gonna go home, get some sleep, take care of some business. Then I gotta be at the church at 5, and that's until.
Gotcha.
And then Saturday is the second day, and then I'm leaving the second day and going to the wedding.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Hey.
So yeah, it's time to go to sleep when I leave here. Yeah.
Ooh. Oh, you about to come in?
Yeah.
That's short.
I was about to just say that this short.
Where is my? Okay. Gorgeous. Gorgeous.
It's Fire 716. Let's go.
It's Big Frank in the morning, Jay Cherie keeping it going. We got them hot topics, local news, and BGC flowing. We got Big Kev on the air, Dark Knight flying in here. It's Fire 716 and we rocking it. Hey. We hold it down. Big Frank is out here, Big Frankie, you know what I'm saying? He'll be back next week, we believe. No, but the guy's out here. He's doing his thing, holding down the station as we hold him down. Kev on air, how you doing this morning?
I am okay. You already know.
Yes.
You already know.
5 days ago.
Day 5. Living about victory.
No, I'm tired.
No,
I'm not gonna lie.
Definitely tired. If I sit in the tiredness, it's gonna take over, and I'm gonna go home and go to sleep, and then I'm gonna miss the wedding, and then I'm gonna miss out on some money. So I can't sit in my tiredness. I'm tired, but I'll survive. I'll manage.
I'm tired, and if I don't acknowledge my truth, my body would be like, okay, so you acting like you ain't tired, and make me more tired. like we don't hit you with this real sleepy while you on the radio. Like, so if you don't acknowledge we exist, then it is what it is. But no, if you guys did not make it to Neo Soul karaoke yesterday,
Missed a vibe.
You
a
missed
good
it.
time, and you missed some good food.
listen,
So
yo, the sliders slap, yo, the honey barbecue sauce slap.
Krenak, them ribs, Krenak.
So good.
That pulled chicken and chicken sandwiches, Krenak. The
Like
lemonade, Krenak.
the lemon
The brownies and the
cookies,
cookies, Krenak.
you know,
The entertainment
yeah.
was fire.
I mean, I was like really grateful for the people who were brave enough to decide to like take my video and be like, oh my god,
The
it's good.
banana pudding
Like it was like such a vibe. You know, Dark Knight blessed us with some poetry yesterday.
Yeah.
You know, some of my peoples came out and did some solo. Yo, real singers were in the building yesterday.
Karaoke without no words.
Right.
Huh?
Like
Okay. So
I was like, oh, okay. Like we had real singers, like people who had real vocal skills. So like I did 2 selections or 3. Like that was it. Like and that's because I was in rotation until the real singer showed up. But it really was a vibe. I had a really good time, you know. It was just good energy.
yeah.
And so, you know, I'm looking forward to
the next one.
one, preferably on Friday. But you know,
It's not. That's every Thursday. Thursday.
fourth.
Third?
Fourth.
Fourth?
Yes, because every
Oh, yes,
third
yes,
we
yes.
have ministry
Yep,
obligations.
yep.
So yeah, so we're gonna be going into, you know, doing this on a consistent basis. Plus, you know, Fire 716 got some things coming up next month and August.
Yes.
So please stay tuned. You don't want to miss that. Coming up next is Big Girl Chronicles. I got a little something for y'all, you know, in the Big Girl Chronicles to help you out. And, you know, we're just going to rock out during this Fire 716 Big Frank in the morning. So stay with us, y'all. Let's go. Let's get it. Yeah, I had to. What's beeping?
Come create at Hanley Studios, 545 Main Street, Niagara Falls, New York. Poetry, improv, comedy, music, and more. Hanley Studios, available for renting. We have lights, sound, and stage equipment. Hanley Studios, 545 Main Street, Niagara Falls, New York. We provide live streaming. For more information, call 716-371-2780, extension 2, 716-371-2780, extension 2.
Fire 716 Radio, serving the best in urban and inspirational music.
Before you eat them all, like
It's Fire 716.
Let's go!
It's Big Frank in the morning, Jay Cherie keeping it going. We got them hot topics, local news, and BGC flowing. We got Big Kev on the air, Dark Knight flying in here. It's Fire 716 and we rocking it here.
Dang.
I had an orange and a Pepsi. That's like 50,000 calories, like grams of sugar. Like
Yeah. That's
said,
crazy.
I was going home drinking water. Like I wasn't eating like nothing else. And I think like when you're younger, like you don't think about stuff like that because it's just like I'm living forever. I got diabetes in my family. Like I got diabetes and high blood pressure. So I'm not taking no risks because I'm the only person in my family who is not a diabetic or have high blood pressure
Oh yeah.
or high cholesterol. So I'm like, yeah, no, I'm not gonna be playing rolling the dice on this, bro. We can say those for another day. But I'll put them in the fridge, let them get nice and cold. So one day when I don't have a snack, like it's there. Like, and then I was just telling like Tyra, I was like, please ask your friends if they want to put that banana food is not going home with me. Like, so she took some, and then there's still some in the refrigerator. It's got to go. Like that's not. It's coming home with me tonight. Like none of that stuff is coming to my house. Like I bring certain snacks in my house that I know is at a portion size, like that I'll eat every once in a while. So I know if I like bring a bag of chips in my house, small bag, portion size. Like
These joints.
yeah.
I'm sorry, I'm this to you right now.
I'm being failed right now, y'all.
I'm sorry.
So yeah, like I was just like, he was like, take the cookies, eat them. Nah, bruh. Like,
Get cookies out of me.
nah. We don't eat like that because we want to live. Like it's crazy because the older you get, the harder it is to lose weight, especially with women. Like as close as I am to 40, like it's super hard to lose weight. So like people are like, why are you giving yourself 2 years? Because it may take 2 years. Like once you're this close to 40, your metabolism like goes on like snail. It don't want to speed up or nothing. Like I gotta eat superfoods every day, and like for my body to just go into full like let's keep the speed up situations. I'm like, nah, bro. Like we're not having them. We're not having situations. It's been 2 years. By the time I finish this master's, walk across the stage small, you know,
Right.
and then proceed for my next surgery. So, there's one left in my spirit. I said I got one more surgery left.
What, on your leg?
No, a reduction.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh.
What you mean, oh Lord? You say that because you
I'm not saying nothing.
you say that because I gotta carry them. I'm just saying.
Listen, I'm not against body modifications. Those bring problems.
Yeah.
So I understand that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I don't understand fake butts, fake breasts. Like, women are out here getting rid of back problems while other women are adding them. Like, I don't get that.
Like, okay, so at one point in my life, I did want a butt increase. Not because I wanted to be out here. No, let me explain. Not because I wanted to be out here like, oh, she got booty. It's because it's hard for my body shape to find really good jeans that are catered to the little booty people, but are plus size.
I got you.
So, like, they feel like because you're plus size, you got a butt. That's not always the case. So your pockets will droop in back because it was just like, all plus size people are not round and like, they're not specific to the little booty, but plus size people. Like, Torrid just started making lines of jeans that kind of accommodated us, but like, sometimes you only got $65 for a pair of jeans. So, like,
I never got $65 for a jeans. I know that.
I do.
I'm not spending $65 on any pair of pants. I'm lying. But right now, no.
I do because your jeans last forever.
$15 to $20 is in my budget right now.
When you have thighs that were together,
I don't.
15 to $20 jeans. Like, I have Torrid jeans that I've had for almost like 15 years. Like when they first opened, right? When they first opened, I still have jeans from them, and they're still like you would never know that I've had them that long.
Gotcha.
So I'll morning, hey morning, Shanette, hey morning sister. Listen, the reason why I tagged you on this post is because of the question of the day. We're getting ready to get to it in a minute, but I just wanted your input on it because you my sis, and I know that you're gonna be very honest. So that's why I tagged you on the post, Shanette. But yeah, like I'll pay $65 if I know the jeans is gonna last that long. But now I'm not like buying a lot of jeans because like I'm losing weight. So it's like leggings and shorts and leggings. Like, yeah. Give me a second, Shanette. I gotta do Big Girl Chronicles, and then we're gonna talk about the question of the day. And yeah. I just wanted to tag some really honest people for this question of the day. And I pray all is well with you. Yo, when I tell, if y'all don't know, Shanette is a powerhouse. Like, the world not ready. Like, when I tell you she's a powerhouse, and she made gorgeous clothes for little kids. Like little tutus. It's cute. It's super cute. Like, if I had a girl, yeah. Yeah. Well, yeah, so no. Like, I'll pay that my money if I know my jeans will last forever.
But nowadays, jeans aren't meant to last. Like, you guys should just select few. Like, but a lot of clothes is just meant for look, not to last, you know?
But jeans are universal. Jeans are never going to go out of style.
No, for sure.
Like,
but a lot of jeans aren't good quality. You get what I'm saying? So a lot of people buying high expensive jeans, like you said, Torrid, $65 for some jeans that'll last you 15 years. That's an investment.
Right.
Versus $250 for a pair of jeans that the minute you rip them is a wrap. You get what I'm saying? So it's just
unless you know how to work it.
I mean, I'm a soul.
Morning, Chit Chat TV. Thank you for joining. We getting ready to get into the Big Old Chronicles and then the question of the day. He said he's absolutely right. Expensive jeans don't mean quality.
For sure.
Like, see, that's the thing. Like, when Darion jeans came out, I did not buy them. Because I was like, Darion jeans aren't going to last forever.
Yeah, Cherie, it's on you.
What's good, everybody? You already know what time it is. It is Big Girl Chronicles with your girl, Jay Cherie. You know, I had to bless y'all with a Big Girl Chronicles this morning because this one, drop your cameras and things. This one is about knowing your limits. You know what I'm saying? And so let me explain where this lovely Big Girl Chronicles is coming from. So I have recently, you guys know that I graduated in May. You know, the girl graduated back in cum laude, Black Girl Magic. And with that, people assumed that because school was done, that I had more free time to just do more stuff. And because I'm very faithful with my friendships and my relationships with people, I made myself super available for a lot of people. Although in this summer is actually my designated summer to rest and kind of chill because the next 2 summers will be, consumed by school. And it was kind of getting to the point that I was being so active in everything that I was becoming drained and worn out. And kind of just like resenting kind of answering my phone a little bit because I was just like, what does somebody want now? And it wasn't necessarily things connected to ministry. It was just extracurricular activities. And I had to get to the place, and I was grateful that I got here very quickly of knowing my limits even when I have free time. So oftentimes we are trying our hardest to accommodate those that we love, accommodate those that we care about, even in our times where we really need that space to just relax, just to have that time to have peace, to have a self-care day. And we do it somewhat out of obligation because we feel like sometimes if we say no, or we say, hey, I'm not available today, that the trajectory of the relationship will change, or the person will feel some kind of way, or they'll hit you with the real rude comment of, you ain't got nothing to do today. And it's like, just because I have a space of time, that doesn't mean that you are obligated to occupy it. And this is the place where I just really wanted people to understand that it's okay to have limits. And yes, I'm going to say something that's going to really blow the believer's mind. It's okay to have limits in ministry. Sometimes you can't say no. If Jesus rested, so can you. If Jesus was separated from the disciples to have some self-time and some me time, you can too. It's okay to have limits and know your limits and setting boundaries. But the first thing that you need to do is know that it's okay to have spare time, but also know your limits and what you can and cannot do. No, you cannot say, yes to everybody despite the relationship, and don't let loyalty cause you to be burnt out. Just because you love them, that doesn't mean you have to say yes. God gives us the ability to make decisions that are for our health and well-being. And yes, it's okay to say no, but know your limits because you're beautiful, you're intelligent, and you're graceful. This is your edition of Big Girl Chronicles.
Listen, you talking.
I really wanted to push know your limits because, especially when you're a believer and you're a believer in ministry, you feel sometimes bad saying no.
For sure.
Like, it's just like, oh my God, I'm trying to serve the Lord, but I don't want nothing to fall short. And the one thing I have learned, and it sounds crazy that it took me being older in my years, because I've only been technically licensed, in ministry. I mean, I've done ministry for since like 2009, but I've been licensed for 4 years. And it took me up until maybe like last year to be like, if I'm not there, then be out.
Yeah.
Like,
for sure.
And it sounds crazy and I don't get me wrong, and don't misinterpret that. I do not have a leader, or did I have leaders that wouldn't give you that space? So you can run with that. But like I felt like, oh my God, if I say no, it's like I'm letting God down.
No.
I'm letting my business, like I'm letting my leaders down. And I had to get to the space where my mental space was challenged because of that. Like my mental health was challenged because I was doing so much for ministry. Like,
Yeah.
and then the one time that I needed to take a break, and it was just like, oh, they good without me. And it wasn't like I ran with it,
Right.
but it was like, it's okay to say no. And still like maintain your mental space without experiencing burnout.
Right.
And I think a lot of people, they want to not like let people down or let people like let things fall short. So they go into burnout and then you turn it to resentment. Because it's like now I resent it. Because now I no longer love it, it's an obligation.
Right. Legit.
So, which brings the question of the day. What really makes it hard to say no? Is it the person? Or the bad feeling, or is it even hard to say no?
Facts. No.
We're gonna get back into it. You gotta say it. We're gonna get back into it on our next break. But if you're following us on Facebook or YouTube, first of all, like and share and subscribe. But second of all, we're gonna talk about behind the scenes as well because we want your input. You know what I'm saying? If you want to call in and be on the radio, you can call us 716-371-2780, extension 1 to join the conversation. But we're getting ready to get into some music. And if you follow us on Facebook, we're about to start this dialogue here on Fire 716. She said,
wow, that's deep.
She said after therapy, it was knowing rejection kept me saying yes. Listen.
That's deep.
Like Shadette, when I tell you, therapy has been the best thing for me. Because like my therapist, I'm not gonna shout her out because it's gonna be our business, but she knows who she is if she watching. But like my therapist is also an elder. And so she understands the mind frame of being in ministry and being a leader, but she also, went down the road that I'm going down the road now for school. And she was doing all of that. Like she was being an elder, she was in school, and she like all the things I'm getting ready to do, she did. So she got it. And like she was like, hun, and she knew Bishop. So she was like, hun, like I get it, when your apostle transition or whatever, it was like all hands on deck for you. She was like, but where you're getting ready to go and what you're getting ready to get into, I need you to master no. Like, it's okay to say no. And then she really dug into like asking me questions about why I say yes to certain things. And that's what kind of prompted the whole, loyalty thing.
Right.
Because it was just like, even though I'm, I know like my dealing with loyalty is not as strong for me anymore. But when it comes to like ministry and certain friends, I'm like, yo, I'm loyal. If it causes me to lose a little bit of sleep, I'm good with that. And my body be like, no. Like, you will break down.
Fact.
I will force you to sleep. And the last time, like, I went, just go, and didn't stop. Like, my body forced me to sleep. I slept for 14 hours. Like, my body was just like, oh, no. So, and it was really, getting, like, and she had said, it was really getting to the root of why I was having a hard time with saying no.
Right.
And, like, for me, it was really like, when I did say no to people I loved, the backlash that I got. It was like, yo, I've been here for you. I've always been not here. I helped you through the hardest periods of your life, and you want to tell me no.
Right.
Now?
Yes, I'm going to tell you no.
Now, if you come with that, miss me with that. If you helped me in the hard times of my life, you gonna throw it back in my face now?
You wasn't really helping me.
Right. That means you're not gonna have access to my hard times now. Like that's enough. Like we're good on that. But I think like some people struggle with it. It's easier for me to say no now.
Yeah. I'm one of those yes people. Simply because I don't like to say no. You get what I'm saying? Like, I like being there for people. Although I do need to put a cap on it. You get what I'm saying? You have to know your limits. It's nothing wrong with saying yes, but you have to know your limit. You get what I'm saying? You can't just yes everything and expect everything in your life to be okay.
Right.
You get what I'm saying? Like, granted, God is gonna watch out and look out for you and keep you safe, but you gotta do it for you too. So, no for me is kind of I don't like saying no, but if I need to, I will. So
Yeah. I mean, sometimes I do think that the no is challenging with the person.
yes, definitely boundaries are definitely.
She's a giver because yes, because yes is okay, but boundaries so necessary.
No, for sure, and that's where I get caught up because I'll disregard the boundaries simply because I'm already in it, so might as well just go ahead, stick it out. And I always been the type of person that say if you're gonna say you're gonna do something, do it and not resent it. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, granted, it might be an inconvenience, but you committed to it. You know, so I've never really been that type of person. So if I say yeah, I'm gonna do it with a smile. But then in the process, I'll let you know, hey, listen, this is an inconvenience. This is wrong. This is not. And if we're gonna go further,
Yeah.
we're gonna have to readjust some things. But you know, that's just me.
I mean, no, I get that. Like, I think, like, because I'm the type of person too that also likes to honor their word.
Yeah.
I had to, and we talked about this a couple weeks ago. Like, in one of the, questions of the day, would you continue to honor a word to somebody that you are connected to? And like, that obviously pushed me to be like, no. Like, it helps. Like, it helped me saying no. Because, like, don't get me wrong, like, there's instructions that God has given me, like, when I reach a place of wealth, there is one particular person that God was like, you need to give this amount of money to this person. You connect it through their family, so you can get it to them. You know what I'm saying? But, like, I think because of who the person that God had used to give me the place to say no, it was so hard because we were so close.
Gotcha.
So now it's like, even with I like with Frank, I would love Frank. Frank is my brother, bro. If you watching, I love you. We've been cool for 12 years. But like, even when I had finals week,
yeah,
I was like, I can't be at the station because like it was preparation for finals week. Even though I did chime in some of the conversation, there was a space where I was able to call in that one moment. But it was just like, for me, it was like finals week, school, studying, gotta get it done. But if this had been me a couple years ago, I've been trying to, do schoolwork, trying to prepare for finals, and do the radio station, and not sleeping, not focusing, and something would have failed.
Right.
And I think, like, when it comes to saying no, you have to weigh out the options of, is this going to put me to the point that I'm neglecting something that I need to be taking care of?
Right. For sure.
For you.
And that's where I shoot myself in the foot because I've literally legit these last few weeks have been finding myself forgetting the things that I need to take care of because I'm helping other people. So absolutely, I get what you're saying.
Yeah.
100%.
Shadette said most people resent their yes and the manipulative behaviors kick in.
Right.
I literally pray over every yes now and have no problem with saying, let me get back with you. Listen.
Yeah.
Listen, when I said put God on it. Like, let me pray about that.
Right.
Like, for real, let me go on and consult the Lord because, like, this particular situation, me getting my car repo.
Oh yeah.
Was like my prompt at one point, not recently. So like, this was, I want to say, at least over a decade and a half ago. One of my cars got repoed because I didn't want to say no to somebody I really loved and gave them the money, and they're like, we're going to pay you back. And they never paid me back because they didn't have, like, we had communication. It wasn't like they intentionally just, something that they thought was going to come through did not come through. And they couldn't pay me back. And I literally, like, and it was crazy because I had to take my aunt was in she was in the nursing home, but like she was at the nursing home where she like walk in and out and stuff like that. I had to take her to the doctors, and the people came and got my car. I walked outside and saw them, and I was like, dude, please don't do this today. I have to take my aunt to the doctors. Like I have this, and he was like, I'm sorry. He's like, I already marked it, repo. He's like, if you had came out like 5 minutes before, I would let it go. And I had to watch them take my car. And then trying to make adjustments to make sure my aunt got her stuff together. And like anybody else was like, yo, you're dumb for that because of who it was. I was like, no, this person's good. Like they good for it. I know they love me. They're not gonna put me in a position. And like they knew, like I was like, listen, I took this money, help you out, I'm gonna need that back. And unfortunately it didn't work out for them. And it was just like at that moment I was like, how far is my yes really gonna go? Like and it's
crazy.
Yeah, because it put me in perspective. And like the person felt guilty. I mean, don't get me wrong. Like later on, the person, when they got the money, gave it back to me, stuff like that. But like, I had to call friends and family, like, y'all, my car got repo. I need my car back. Can you help me?
Yeah.
And like, and at one point, one of my brothers was like, yo, I got you. I'll pay for it. And I like slowly paid them back. You know what I'm saying? But it was just like, I could have said no.
Yeah.
And should have said, wow, now imagine the spiritual consequences to us saying yes to all the wrong things. Listen.
Oh my goodness. She tapping in today, huh?
I told y'all.
Okay.
And that's the thing. Even with us being able to say no spiritually, like it's an access door.
Oh yeah.
Like it's a serious access door. And I think like even saying people saying no to people naturally or saying yes to people naturally can open to something spiritual. You know what I'm saying? Because it's just like that person now looks at you as their savior and no longer the savior. Like, so they don't go to God no more.
Yeah.
They come to you. Like, oh, I got a problem. Let me go to this person.
Right.
Like, oh, I need this. Let me go to God's sitting there like,
right.
I got checks. Like, I'm just waiting on you. Like, I got this. But the person, like, you literally become their savior. So it kind of X's out the need for God.
Yeah, for sure.
So, like, yeah, like, the spiritual situation is really crazy because I've had to say no when I had it. And that hurt.
Yeah.
Like, this guy was like, no, this person needs to trust me. Excuse me? Like, no, they need to learn how to lean on me more. And I had it to spare, and God was like, nope. Yeah.
Yep. And this is funny because he's been dealing with me on my faith and actually talking to him because, like I said, Sunday was so mind blowing. I've never felt experienced God move so fast.
Mm-hmm.
Like my mother survived an aneurysm, only God. You know what I'm saying? And this was when I was like 5, 6.
Yeah.
But I've seen him work, but not in my situation. And it put me in a place where I got you're talking and I hear you now.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So in this season, I need you to be more present. So when I speak, God, I need you to move.
Mm-hmm.
And if you do this, God, you have me completely, because at the end of the day, it's all about knowing that it's God. You know what I'm saying? That's where I toil at, because I know how crazy the flesh is and I know how manipulative it is. You'll be speaking to yourself, but avoid the possibility that it's actually God talking to you. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, I've stubbed my toe a bunch of times because of that, and it's just like, you know what? In this season, I need him to move. So in that, I have to challenge him, and that's where I'm at.
Shadette said the fact that he saved you from countless situations is proof he's moving on your behalf.
Oh no, for sure.
Oh yeah, she tapped it.
Yeah. Oh yeah. All right. See you later, Shadette.
Don't do my sister like that.
No. Oh no, it's good though. Because it's crazy. When it happened, it was just like, wait, you really? Okay. say let's God. All week, it's been a tug for me to even.
She said I could say what I could.
Oh man, listen. Listen.
That girl miss.
So yeah, it's been a crazy week, a mind blowing week, and he's just showing up. That's all.
I was talking to somebody on the phone, and because they was like, "Oh, you need to get this, this, and this," and I was like, "You have to wait on that because I ain't got the funds right now." And the person said to me, "I know you playing, right?" And I was like, "What you mean?" And
No, for sure, absolutely, he's definitely pulling at me. So okay, we listen, all right. Day 5, right?
yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Okay. I've been good all week, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Listen, okay? He pulling at me.
Yeah.
All right.
Go ahead. Go ahead, put the camera on you.
It's all good. Nope. What was you saying though?
Out here looking like Wale. No,
Yeah.
like the person said to me, "Are you kidding me?" When I was just like, "Yeah, we don't have to wait on that because like wait on money." And the person was like, "Are you kidding me right now?" Like she was like, "God, when it comes to money, God loves you." Like
You ain't gotta head on out. Go ahead and speak. Go ahead, talk your talk. Okay.
so okay. I'm head out because he's playing. I know. Sis, if you gotta release the word, we float in and out the vein on this radio station.
Right.
So
It's not. I'm not literally saying don't do what you do. Do what you do. You get what I'm saying? It's just it's day 5 of me claiming my victory, and this ain't happened all week. So have your way.
Release the. You have the prophetic right to release the word. Sis.
No, for sure.
If you have it, but yeah, they was like, God, you're one of God's favorites. God always showering you with money. Why would you even say that? And I'm like, because God, no, I be asking for money. Like it ain't. She said it's not me. It's the word he has that needs to be released.
Release it.
It is the word.
Wait, that I have?
He has, yes, that needs to be released. So she was saying, you said, I'm not going to say it. She said, you need to say what you were going to say.
Okay.
Yeah.
I kind of lost that train of thought. But use me, God.
She said, no, because you said, I'm not going to, I remember it. So we were talking after she said he saved you countless times in situations, you was like, yeah, but I'm not gonna say that. That's what she's saying. She said, yeah, he's gonna. So say what it. She said someone needs to hear it. So what you weren't gonna, yeah, that's what she's saying.
So countless times. So God will put you in position he'll put you in places. Nope. God will allow you to do what you want to do.
Mm-hmm.
And he'll spare you
Mm-hmm.
numerous and countless amounts of time. And when danger is approaching, he'll tell you to leave. He'll give you instruction, and it won't seem like it's him because it'll be somebody else saying, "Hey, let's go," or "Hey, I gotta
Yeah.
And then 5 minutes later, you hear somebody got killed. Yeah. There's a lot. I'm not really deep, so I don't really know how to tap in, but
It's not about the
I'm
tap, it's just releasing the experience. That's what she's saying. It released the experience.
Listen to the voice. Like, being obedient to that first voice, that first whisper will save you. Save you. Like, I'm just being me. Fellas, ladies, when he or she is in your presence and you feel like, oh man, and you feel like you don't want them to leave this situation because you already know what's gonna happen.
Yeah.
He's gonna bother you. Leave those situations where they are. Yo. I have gone through so many trials this year, and it's only my fault. Just heed to the voice, okay? Just heed to the voice. Like, yes, God, and follow. Like, leave. Okay, God, I'm gonna leave. And you'll wake up the next day with a sigh of relief because it could have been you. You could have been another statistic. You could have been another baby daddy, another baby mama. There's so many things that could have happened, but God. Okay, I'm done.
If you would like to
Oh,
sow
man.
into this prophetic word, that's what it. No, like, she said, now your obedience and yes is the release has opened the door you prayed for.
And okay.
Shanae, I'm so happy you
Listen.
came on to this. Like, when I tell you, and the crazy thing is, like,
Yo.
and I'm not trying to be funny in this situation. So when I was tagging people,
Yeah.
the Lord told me to tag her.
Okay.
And I was just like, oh, okay, because the question of the day, because we've had real conversations. So I was like, yo, the question of the day makes sense
Right.
for her to be one of the people that I tagged. Like, and the fact that this is happening right now, like, I'm so happy that I found the voice of God. Because, like, this is like, and people see, this is why Fire 716 is, right, you said I hardly ever come on. This is why Fire 716 is what it is. Because we're definitely entertainers.
For sure.
We definitely, we make people laugh, but this is a place where you get a prophetic word on the radio station.
Yeah.
And it's welcomed because we're in a spot of believers.
Exactly.
So, like, the fact that, God even orchestrated this from me tagging Shadette to Shadette having this conversation with you to you, releasing what you needed to release, and then your obedience has opened doors. Like, this is amazing. This is amazing in itself. And I'm just in awe. And that kind of woke me up. So thank you. But no, I'm just I'm in awe.
Listen.
She said regular people that love God and flawed in so many.
Oh my goodness.
Listen.
When I say flawless is not in my vocabulary yet. Like, there's so many I won't even say obstacles. There's so many things that I have to conquer. And in that, I'm finding where God has shown grace.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? Like, God, I've been bugging. But you.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? Like, yeah. Oh, man.
Because, like, even yesterday, and, like, I had to go to my dad's house yesterday because my dad is currently my money supplier.
Yeah.
And I was like, I need gas and haircut. And, like, because I couldn't continue to be on this radio station.
Peter, I'm about to get Peter tatted across my back. No, and I'm gonna tell you why. Bishop called me Peter a long time ago. He was like, "Yo, you're Peter. Like, you'll do some damage for your God." And it's like, I always said, no, I would never. Like, for what? If you don't believe, I'm not gonna force you. Like, who am I?
Yeah.
But then it's like, nah, you different. Because if somebody disrespects you, you're not gonna let it slide. You're gonna gracefully put them in their place, and you're gonna gracefully cut them. Like, yeah, okay, you're right.
Yeah, I'm a little more Peter and a little less Jesus.
Listen,
Like,
right?
you gotta know who you are.
Listen.
But even though Peter was flawed and Peter was pretty much the thug out of the group, the Lord built his foundation on it.
Oh my Lord.
And so, like, you know, it's crazy because, like, even yesterday, like I said, having a conversation with my dad yesterday, going to, you know, make sure that my hair stop curling on the sides and things like that. And I told my dad my plan, and he was just like, I'm so happy that you just let God kind of get into your spirit.
Yeah.
Because I was like, oh, I was about to make some phone calls and have those cousins pull up. Like, not the ones that, no, not them cousins. Oh.
Listen, that's a fact, they do.
It was going to be some real, them cousins that be like, yo.
I tell you. My little dad goes everywhere.
Yeah. Like, it was gonna be those cousins. Like, it was like, yo, cuz, I got you.
Mm-hmm.
Did or not. Like, I got you. Because
just leave, you were not here.
Right. Matter of fact,
you put up after the fact.
matter of fact, delete your call ups.
Yeah, text messages.
All that. And I would delete my call ups. Matter of fact, I don't even know where this phone is. Like,
no, for real.
Those were those cousins. Like, we gonna come at this time, so you don't need to be nowhere near this area at this time.
Fact, definitely praying and then laying hands.
Yeah.
God, guide my hands as you know how, because only you can spare them.
Like, but I'm also that cousin.
No, for real.
I'm not gonna necessarily end your life because you can't get your nails done in jail.
But I'm sorry. And I don't condone violence, but when it comes to the people I love and people violating that, man, please, off with their hands.
Okay.
No, I'm
we're different spaces.
But yeah.
Like my God.
In Jesus' name. Legit.
Like my goddaughter was like, actually all of my goddaughters, but specifically one. And she called me like, God, mom. She ain't gotta say nothing else in the car on my way.
Yes.
Like praying that the Lord will put like the cops don't put me over on the way there. Like, cause she had situations, she's like, I didn't tell you because I know you would have pulled up. Oh, definitely. Like,
as long as you know that.
As long as you know that the pull-up was about to be real.
Right.
Yeah. Fire 716. It's your girl Jay Cherie. New at Big Frank in the morning. In the room with me, Kev on air. You know, if you're part of our Facebook and YouTube audience, you guys have been getting the behind the scenes footage between the breaks. My sis is on Facebook. Listen. If y'all don't know about Shanette, y'all just don't
tap in.
Y'all don't know. She is a jewel. She is a jewel in the kingdom of God, and I'm honored to be connected to her. And the crazy thing is, like, I haven't met her in person.
Oh wow.
Like we just connected in a space, you know, a person that we both mutually know connected us, and like it was like an instant sister. I've never met her, but it was just like that's family over there. Like so, you know, the conversation has been amazing. We're gonna get into this question of the day real quick for our listening audience on the app. The question of the day is, what makes it really hard to say no? Is it the person, or is it the bad feeling of saying no, or is it challenging for you to actually say no? You actually feel bad.
I don't feel bad about saying no. But it's hard for me to say no. I said that before. It's hard for me to say no sometimes because of the person, like you said, loyalty, and things like that, but I don't get weary in my yes. You get what I'm saying? Like if I say yes and I commit to it, then it is what it is. Like I'm gonna take it on the chin, no matter what happens. What comes my way, I'll take it. You know what I'm saying? So saying no isn't an issue for me. It's when I'll say no when I know the person means me no good. You know what I'm saying? I know when I know it's not. I don't benefit anything from it. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm good on that. I can't. I'm sorry. Like sometimes I'll even lie and come up with an excuse as to why I can't do some stuff. Like,
we all have.
You know, but like for the most part, I like to say yes because I like to be there for people. But it sometimes shoots me up. So yeah.
For me, it's easier for me to say no.
Gotcha.
it is contingent on the person.
Right.
But even those closest to me,
It's
like,
easier.
this sounds crazy. The person that is the hardest to say no to was Bishop.
Oh.
But I said no to him one time. Like, because he was like, daughter, I need you. No. Like, and he laughed at it because it was the way I said it. I was just like, no. And like, because he wanted me at a certain space. Like, he wanted me in a certain space. He's like, daughter, you come to church tonight? And then and I was just like, I won't be there. He was used to, like, because he was never used to me not being at church. And this one particular, like, we was in revival, like, legit for like 3 months. And like, because you know Bishop, and we had revival for like 3 months. And like, it was one particular girl. It was a gift. So like, I was like, Dad, I'm tired, and you know how I get when I'm tired. Like, I just need to sit this one out.
Yep.
And no. And like, he let me go with it, and I was like really surprised because I just knew I was gonna get a phone call. Like, because the raggedy part was I came and got my haircut like an hour and a half before the service, and he's like, "So you staying?" Nah. Like, I came to get my haircut, so I ain't out here looking raggedy. I'll see you tomorrow. Like, but like that, just that, and because he was my dad, you know what I'm saying? Like, he's like, how in the world could you say no? And I was like, because I knew my space, and I knew my mental space.
Mm-hmm.
And so, like, even when my aunt transitioned, and he was like, you coming back to church? I was like, no. Like, no time soon. And it was the fact that he respected, the no. So, like, for me, and even like with Pastor now, it's hard for me to say no to her. But like, I know that she understands it if I do say no.
No, for
like,
sure.
you know what I'm saying? But like other people, I have no issues. If I'm not in the space to do it, or my health is up to it, because I used to sacrifice my health as well.
Yeah.
If my health is not up to it, if my leg is not up to it, like certain things aren't up to it, I have no problems with like saying up to it. So I think, you do have to. He said he knew you say no anyway. Facts. But like, I think we have to get to the place, even with this, to evaluate your answer. And as Shadette said earlier, make sure you pray about each decision that you made, because like I talked about behind the scenes with me losing my car temporarily at one moment because I said yes to somebody I really love and ended up getting my car revoked. Like, but it was because I always said yes. And I felt like if I loved you, I had to show you.
Yeah.
And I had to prove my love. And it was like, you have to get to that space where you have to train your mind that you don't have to prove people love by earning it.
Right.
Like, money isn't going to buy love. Always sacrificing yourself is not going to always mean that they love you, because you can sacrifice yourself and they could just be using you. You know what I'm saying? So like, being definitely aware of why you're saying yes, make sure it's a God yes, and it's not putting you in a position where it's jeopardizing you, your peace, your finances, your car, your household. You know what I'm saying? Unless it's a walk of God. Like, God tells you to do something and it don't make no sense. So, just in this conversation, we just admonish you to evaluate your answers.
Yeah.
And make sure they're not fleshy answers and like self-motivated answers, but that they're answers that that you need to give. So it's okay to say no to our listening audience. It's all right to say no.
No.
No. But no, like for real, we're grateful, like I said, for our viewing audience and things like that. When we get back, man, hot topics. Listen, I'm on this Friday. I'm sick of people already. Like, these
angry.
People can't act right. Like, no days a week. So, like, when we get into hot topics, we're going to definitely talk about some stuff that people just cannot stop doing. This is Big Frank in the morning with your girl, Jay Cherie, Kev on air. Let's go. Let's get it. One day, I would just like to have one day in the world before the Lord snatches us out of here, where we have one race free, like racist free day. Like just one. Can we get one? Just one racist free day. That's all I like. It's so hard to ask. So like
that's crazy.
She said, y'all really have an adult show. I love it. Listen, when the full squad is here.
It get lit.
It get lit. You know, Frank is out here franking right now, so you know we hold it down for him. But when the Dark Knight is here, he has a certain mysterious energy.
Yeah.
To the show. You know, Frank is always gonna have the she said, good luck with that. They were in the Bible. Facts.
Wait, what?
There were races in the Bible.
Really?
Yes. There were some definite racism in the Bible.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
See, I gotta read.
Between the Jews and the Gentiles.
Okay, got that part.
Oh God, I want to say the woman. I want to say Solomon's wife, dark skin with like big eyes. They were like talking about her.
Oh wow.
She said I'm going to subscribe so I can catch it. Listen,
do that.
Like and share and subscribe. Listen, we're trying to go to a place where the radio station is definitely expanding.
What?
We doing big things out here, and we trying to do it for the glory of God. But yeah, there's racism in the Bible.
That's man. Okay.
But when they said there's nothing new under the sun, like it is, she said the Bible is really dope.
No, for real.
They fought clown crack jokes. Yo, like she's not lying.
I don't doubt it.
And even stuff that they like Jesus wasn't joking about to me was funny. Like when he was like, "You uncircumcised Philistines," like to me, I was hollering at stuff like that. Like
yo.
Or like he's like, hey, did you not get this? Like, how long have you walked with me? You ain't got it yet. Like, Jesus was out here really like cracking on his disciples. Like, he's like, how long have you been walking with me? You still don't get it. Like,
okay.
On the boat, Jesus was asleep. He was like, wind stop. Seriously, y'all. Like, I'm in the boat with you. Like, y'all freaking out over some wind and some rain. He's like, yo, you woke me up out my sleep for this. Like, in my mind, that's how Jesus said it. Yeah. Like,
oh my God, please be still. Go sleep.
Listen.
The mafia ain't got nothing on the Bible. The way
they was killing people.
There was some gangsters.
Hey, sure.
Listen, I don't doubt it. Hanging people from crosses? Public display of murder?
Upside down.
They
was putting people in hot oil.
In furnaces.
Right.
Like
he was real transparent and told her like it was. Hey, Zanetta, my family is on. What's going on, y'all? My family is in the building, cousins and friends and everything else. But yeah, like the Bible was beast mode with their tortures. Like Peter died upside down. He was crucified upside down. He said, but that was his choice. Oh. He said he didn't feel worthy of dying the same way that his Savior did, so he died upside down. Like, which for me, in theory, is a very quick death because it's outrageously painful because all the blood is rushing to your head because you're upside down. But yeah, they was throwing people in hot grease, like stoning folk. I'm sorry, having bludgeonous rocks thrown at me. Until I die, that's a different type.
That's a fact. That's a different type of disrespect. It probably take about an hour. Like they take like a big boulder to the head.
I'm gonna need you to get Flintstone boulders. One at a time. Like
one time, and I'm okay. I'm out of here.
But no, like the Bible, like I haven't learned. She said I got a conversation today.
No,
listen, come through some that like, hey, cousin. So I have learned like, cause I was so I'm not gonna lie. And if my pastor's on here, she knows her daughter. I was so anti-Old Testament because to me, the thous, the thems, the shekels,
and the word of course,
like all the breaking down of stuff, I'm like, I ain't got the mental capacity to try and sit here and decipher this. New Testament for me was like straightforward. Like when I was reading New Testament, it was just like, you don't need to do this. You stop tripping with this. Da 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 da. Like, it's gonna all work together. blah, 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 blah. Like, it wasn't until I started reading like the Old Testament and things like that. Like, I was like, okay, this is kind of cool. Like, but I still haven't read the whole Old Testament. Some books I have skipped. I am not gonna lie. The backup skipped. I didn't find out about tattoos until somebody said, "Oh, it's a Leviticus." I'm gonna be honest, because like it's like, "Oh, you're not supposed to get tattoos because of like the things of Leviticus." I'm a New Testament saint. But like it was just
Tattoo
like,
me, please.
listen, but like Leviticus also talks about the things that you're not supposed to be eating and things of that. So like in theory, and Frank put me on Leviticus because I was just like. Nope. It's like, no, sis, for real. You gotta like, it's some interesting stuff in there. And I haven't like read the whole thing, but like, I was like, I mean, I get how it piqued your interest, but like, so, I avoided Leviticus, I'm gonna be honest, because people try to use Leviticus to condemn me for the tattoos that I do have.
Oh, got you.
And I was like, first of all, if we gonna go toe to toe, after Jesus, we are New Testament believers. Technically, we're not under the Levitical law no more. Like, but she said, thank God for the New Testament. Baby, we would listen. That Old Testament God, you know, they say he's the same today, yesterday, and forever. That Old Testament God was different. Like, oh, you did this?
He came around.
Like,
The Old Testament God came around.
Like, you out here perversion? Date. Like, I'm destroying cities because y'all nasty. Like, Buffalo the bingo. Like,
Buffalo, who?
Listen, the Lord would have burned down Marcello's and all Allen. Like, it just went
Downtown. All that.
Gone. So no, I am grateful, you know, for Jesus because some of us wouldn't make it, and I would have been one of the dead ones. But like, I'm starting to appreciate the Old Testament. Like, she said, people will do that about everything to try to condemn. And the crazy thing is, I got my first tattoo. Actually, me and Frank got our first tattoos together.
For real?
Yeah.
Word.
Like, we got our first tattoos together. And it was funny because we was both waiting for the other one to call and say we was going to cancel because we was both ready to chicken out. And we got there together, and then he did the ladies first. Like, yo, my tattoo took like 10 minutes. His tattoo took like 30 minutes.
What was your first tattoo?
It was this on my calf. It was
got you.
the dedication to my birth mother.
Okay.
And so like the other tattoos, like
facts.
like the other tattoos, it was funny because like I got my other tattoos before and after my licensing.
Okay.
And so like it was just like, you out here, like I had that conversation with Dad, and he was like, you out here, like, and I was like, first of all, I prayed about my tattoos. Like, it probably wasn't his perfect will, but it was his permissive. And I said, but there was clear tattoos that God was like, no. Like, no. Like, I tried to frame the sentence every other way I could. No, he said when he told everyone to move away from those people, and he opened up the ground on,
yo! Consumed it.
Listen, like, legit, the fact that Noah and his family and some animals was in a boat, he flooded the earth. Like, boy, just one big, we gonna rain. And for every person that clowned him was just out there banging on the boat dying. Like, right.
And it all just stopped. Oh my Lord.
Yeah, so we thank God for the New Testament and grace and mercy. But like, it gave me a greater appreciation for Old Testament. You know what I'm saying? So now I'm actually like more okay with like going into it, except for numbers. I don't do well with numbers, so I'm not reading a book called Numbers. I'm just
shut up. Yo. Is it about numbers though?
It has numbers in it, like,
okay.
And then like she said, "Praise God." And then listen, and then like the lineages take me out.
In Genesis?
Yes.
Oh my Lord.
The lineages take me out, and I mean, granted, it gets you how like they break down how it gets to Jesus.
Yeah.
But like lineage, don't ask me to how from beginning to end lineages.
That's a whole like family tree.
Yeah.
But in list form.
Yes.
Like Johnny was Jackie's daddy, and Jackie was Tony's mama.
Right.
Tony was Philip's daddy, and
Yeah.
no, that's a lot.
Going from Adam and Eve to Jesus is a lot. It's a lot. It's a lot. We know his parents. We know his cousin. Like, that's all we really need to know at this point. And we know he had brothers and sisters, which I think is hilarious that people actually thought that Jesus didn't have brothers and sisters. Which I'm like, it is actually talked about in the Bible, especially that he had brothers. Theology showed me in certain texts that he did have a sister. Still researching that. But he definitely had brothers. She said, I get lost past first cousin. Listen!
I know!
Listen.
Yo!
Once we get to Mary and Joseph, I'm good. Don't ask me who Jesus' grandparents was. We not about to have this conversation. Like, she said, that's when you refer them to the book. I can't help you with the we talked to the prophet Google.
Genesis.
We talked to the prophet Google. The prophet Google don't miss anytime. Like, imagine being live. Watch his way. Instantly feel the wrath. Listen, honestly, in my mind, like, should that, you gonna laugh at me? In my theological mind, I think you laughed a little bit. Like, what? Yo! So you really turned around, like that's how you knew Lot was black. That's not just.
But then again, you gotta think about it. He didn't turn around.
No, but he had to know his wife was turned to a pillar of salt. So
he looked this way, and she wasn't there.
He side-eyed her.
He side-eyed and was like, "Oh, God, you just didn't listen."
Got to be more. So I'm not the only person that thought that. Listen, in my mind, Lot had to laugh just a little bit. Like, got to be more careful.
Got to be. She got.
Like, yo, she really got. Well, all right then.
The true meaning of salty.
Oh, she was in front of him.
Oh,
that makes sense.
Dang. So he had to step off. Oh man, he had to step over her.
He's like, let me get some of this for this bread, bro. For this unleavened wheat.
Yo,
babe, you always with me.
You always. You're in everything.
For this unleavened bread, I got you. We just gonna take you, mix you up with some of this meal. No. You'll always be with us. Okay. She said salty. Like you always with us, babe. Fire 716 is about. Is a bit.
Facts. Makes sense.
Is about. Is a bit. Is about. Fire 716 is about. Hey. Fire 716, it's your girl Jay Cherie from Big Frank in the Morning. In the room with me, Kev on Air.
You know what it is.
On Facebook, the family.
Bam, bam.
It's the fam. Like, listen, if you haven't subscribed to our Facebook radio, Fire 716, or our YouTube, Fire 716 Radio, you missing it. Like, the conversation is freaking hilarious. We got into biblical theories, talking about how God is a little bit nicer than the Old Testament situations.
Not sense of humor.
And then, you know, how most of us in this room at Big Frank in the Morning have defied the Levitical no tattoos rule. Because I got 6. Listen, and if it wasn't for the Lord, I would have had one more. But listen, we're getting ready to get into these hot topics because it's a lot going on in the world. So I'm going to start with the negative stuff and then end on the positive. Because at this point, we need some positivity on a Friday. Insurance agency makes racist statement on Juneteenth, and they're dropped by Allstate Progressive. So it was an independent company. So on Juneteenth, he put a sign in his window that said, "It's whatever. Y'all go enjoy your fried chicken and greens." You know,
I would have brought him a plate.
It's the fact that you are mad and you did this like real racist situation. So like, first of all Black people don't eat greens because I know some people who don't. I mean, I personally do.
I do.
But, like, the fact that she was like, it's whatever, I don't care, go eat your fried chicken and greens. Like, and he was an independent contractor, so he worked with all insurance companies.
Right.
Allstate and Progressive found out about him and was like, so we're just dropping you. Like, so we thank you, Allstate and Progressive, for not being, consistent connector to, she said, to not being connected to racism. But it's the fact that you're upset about Juneteenth. It's your fault. Like, this conversation wouldn't have happened if slavery hadn't happened. I'm just saying, like, you can't be mad at problems that your ancestors caused. That's all I'm saying. Florida cop under investigation for telling black driver, this is how you guys get killed. So this is what happened in the story. The guy had a broken taillight. The cop pulled him over, and he said I know you're pulling me over. The black guy said that I know you're pulling me over for the taillight. I'm trying to get it fixed. And the cop goes, why don't y'all learn? This is how y'all get killed. So basically, like being pulled over by a cop is how y'all get killed. So do what you can not to get pulled over. Yo, I'm sick of it. Like, when I say I'm personally sick of it, and he's under investigation, mind you, the driver was videotaping, so there is video footage, but it's also in his body cam.
I want to see that.
Like, it was like, this is how you guys get pulled over. And I mean, this is how you guys get killed. The fact that you're associating pulling over black people with getting killed, like, and so in my mind, you probably killed some black people and got away with it. Like, even if you were joking, it's not funny.
It's not.
The climate is too hot to be making jokes about this is how you guys get killed. And I can pretty much see him trying to pull it off and be like, it was a joke.
Us black folks are too on edge for these racist jokes.
Right.
Okay? Because if you say that to me, I'm going to feel threatened. And if I feel threatened, I'm going to look back. Sorry, not sorry.
So, we're going to just, make sure that Kevin doesn't get. So we're going to start a bail money fund for Kevin. I'm just kidding.
They're good.
Shadette said we didn't ask for it to be a national holiday. Let's be honest, we didn't.
No, that's a fact.
And he said it was whole chest. Like, this is the issue, and like I'm not the whole defunding the police and these like that. There are psychological testing that you can do that pulls out racism.
Oh, for sure.
And these police companies are, first of all, too lazy to do this testing. Second of all, they don't want to do it because we are severely understaffed with law officials, and I get that. But if a test can show you the proclivity of being a racist, we wouldn't have to defund the police. Obviously, this is not a good candidate if they're displaying racist theories, racist mindsets. It's the same thing with sexual predators, and this is why I'm a huge advocate for sexual predator, like leadership. Those who are licensed and ordained taking these psychological testings because it shows that the person has proclivities, if they have certain things like that. And it's not direct question like, do you like it? Right. It's very like intrusive questions, and for the police force, they need to be taking these testings. Because I feel like it wouldn't necessarily hide all of the racists, but it would bring some of them. She said, Dante said, needs screening instead of extra training. Listen, like I have seen these tests. Some of them are 500 questions long, some are 1,000. But they will pull out.
Wait, 1,000 questions?
1,000 questions.
Oh my Lord.
But they will pull out characteristics about you without you not even knowing it. And the thing is, they're expensive. So if you have a class of 100 people graduating from, police academy, you have to pay, 100. You have to pay for 100 people. Yeah. They don't want to pay for that. So it's just easier to just let it slide. Right. And unfortunately, now we got people like this guy on the patrol saying stuff like, "This is how y'all get killed." So that says, "I already feel threatened by your time I see the lights. I can't handle being pulled over right now after things getting out of control again." Right. So that says, when you see beyond what you physically see, you'll understand. People fear what they've done for centuries, thinking we do them the same way they've done us, continue to do us. It's twisted, and Sheriff said it's twisted.
And that's a fact. but they don't realize that us black folks aren't evil driven. You get what I'm saying? Like, we weren't taught to hate white people.
Right.
You get what I'm saying? Unless you were. But for the most part, we weren't taught to hate white people. We were taught to move around white people. You get what I'm saying? You see a white person, just act accordingly. You get what I'm saying? So they don't feel like we're a threat when they're actually the threat. You know what I'm saying? And they don't realize that we'll love on you before we hurt you, despite everything. You know what I'm saying? Like, a lot of black people like white folks coming to the barbecue. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Because it bridges that gap. You know what I'm saying? That they can't relate or they can't hang out. But at the same time, there's so many hidden agendas that you couldn't really trust it, you know?
The crazy thing is, and I don't know if a lot of people actually know this, but the racism and things happening in, like, with police force, if you knew how the police force came about, it's actually steeped in its tradition. Police were formed back in the day to police black people.
Right.
So they're actually living their statement. You know what I'm saying? To serve and protect was not for us.
Nope.
And so, like, when people say, like, oh, I'm shocked that the police did this, I'm not. Like, it's steeped in the root of why it was made. Don't get me wrong. I'm not saying it's okay. We're not out here saying it's okay to say this is how you guys get killed. Absolutely not. I'm just not surprised anymore because this is how the police was made. You know what I'm saying? Shadette says we are not evil people. We will fight, but we are the definition of love. Cheryl says we were minding our business and they came and started messing with us and have been ever since. And so, like, this continues to be an issue. So when they ask questions, yes, Dante said the original police was to catch slaves. So, like, when we ask questions about police reform and things of that nature, you know, when you petition your governors, your mayors, your councilmen, it's really about introducing psychological testing for those who are seeking out. Okay, intense psychological testing for those who are seeking out positions of law enforcement. But, you know, on to some good news. One more. A New York teacher is suing parents for a demonstration misinterpreted. So a few months ago, this radio station reported about a New York City teacher under fire because of the about the cotton picking demonstration.
Gotcha.
In the school system.
Right.
Okay. So the teacher now is suing the parents because they said it was a misinterpretation of the demonstration. So they said that they gave white and black students the option to not participate, which I believe they're lying. Second of all, they said that they didn't have to pick full cotton. They were just like picking up seeds and like cotton balls. It was still picking cotton.
Right.
And like the parent is like the teacher is saying now because of this false narrative that it's affected their job, so they did lose their job over. So now the teacher is suing the parents. Here's my thing. Exactly, Chanel. Why was a cotton picking demonstration even done? This need to demonstrate what happened in slavery is getting out of control. We've had slave auctions in the school system. We've had cotton picking auction, like demonstrations done in the system. Like there are movies out there.
Right. Just watch the movie.
Watch the movie.
Birth of a Nation. I mean, come on. That's a great one.
That's for high schoolers. Birth of a Nation is a little much for middle schoolers, but there are certain stories that you can talk about and tell without having to do a demonstration. The fact is, you are a white teacher, especially with New York City, in their two cases, you are white teachers forcing white students to purchase black kids as slaves, or you are a white teacher demonstrating freaking picking cotton. And it was like, it wasn't racist because white and black students were picking cotton. I'm interested to see if this teacher actually is going to win this suit against the parents. No. She said, are they doing 911 demonstrations or the Holocaust? No, they're not.
Matter of fact, let's do a Holocaust demonstration. One time for the one time. I mean, come on now.
I can't, honestly, I will say this. In grammar school, my grammar school is no longer open, but we were reading the diary of Anne Frank.
Facts. Oh.
And the teachers in the building that participated were posing as the Nazis.
Mm-hmm.
The students were posing as the Jews.
All the students?
All the students in this class.
Gotcha.
So the class that was reading the book were considered like Jews and stuff like that. So when we got to class, we had to wear a Star of David, things of that nature, the armband. As a black minority, like one of the few black minorities in my class, because there's only 3 of us, it was very awkward. Like, I get it. I get the demonstration. Like, obviously, like, you know, back then it wasn't as taboo. So, like, they wouldn't, like, necessarily do demonstrations of throwing us in the gas, like, in the gas chamber and stuff like that. But, like, if you saw a student that was no longer wearing the Star of David, you had to tell your story. So, like, I died by being thrown in the gas chamber. Or I couldn't say my name. Because, like, they were testing you, like, you know, spell your name backwards, stuff like that. Like, basically giving the feel of what it would have been like. As a middle schooler, that was very traumatic. Right. And so, like, these overt demonstrations going on now, it's got to stop. Yeah. So if you are a caucus teacher out there, get a book, find a movie, stop with the demonstrations. But also some positive news. A Christian factory worker in Germany was awarded $26,000 for indirect discrimination. So this worker, this black worker that was working in this factory in Germany was experiencing some indirect racism. And it was an ongoing battle for several years, and they actually won the case and won $26,000 in the settlement. And I guess in Germany money, that's a lot of money. Good chunk of money.
Germany and black folks. I haven't really put the two together. Like, that's pretty good.
They honestly, a lot of athletes go to Germany.
Gotcha. Okay.
Especially if you're playing basketball.
Gotcha. Yeah.
You can go over there and make so much money.
Oh yeah.
Going over there. But on top of some other positive news, Naomi Osaka and Lebron James launched a new media company. I'm excited about this.
Wait, who is that?
Naomi Osaka is the tennis player.
Okay.
And LeBron James. So they're launching a new media company. They're coming together with both of their forces to launch a new media company, and it's going to be highlighting up and coming media people, things of that nature. And it's really to create job opportunities for, obviously it's going to be for minorities, but for pretty much for everyone. But the fact that, they're coming together, I thought was awesome, because Naomi Osaka, if for people who don't know, she was a tennis player who kind of had a mental breakdown during the Open and stepped down.
Gotcha.
People have to get doing backlash against her. And because Simone Biles actually just launched another business too, and those two have been under fire because they stepped down and they feel like they were being very un-American for not representing their countries while they were in the middle of having mental breakdown. So the fact that they're out here launching companies and things of that nature and doing big things is amazing. So that is our hot topic. So when we get back, we're going to get into local news and our final thoughts. Stick with us. Big Frank in the morning. Let's go. Let's get it. Shanette said, guess she was okay reliving her part of history as a slave master. Boom. Okay. I tell every person of color to record workplace discrimination and sue. And the crazy thing about this now is that the workplace has made it socially acceptable to be somewhat a little bit racist.
Yeah.
And what they try to do it really subtle racism. We're doing a potluck. Okay, you can bring the watermelon and the other stuff like that.
You bring the fried chicken. What? I'm a vegan. What are you talking about?
Right. It's kind of just this is acceptable now because you know, stereotypes aren't racism. Actually, it kind of is. It's a little racist. Like
A lot of reasons.
I think, like, if I was to come out of my mouth and say, like, oh, white people can't dance, like, even though it borders as, even though some of it has truth, it's the point that it is coming off a little racist. Like, she said they have until you've been recording everything. Our reports and your attorney. Listen, it's the little stuff. Like, it's like when I tell you it's the little stuff. I worked at a daycare and we were doing potluck. And first of all, I'm not a big potluck person. I'm just not, because I have seen certain people's behaviors.
Got you.
And it lets me know that y'all nasty, and I'm probably not gonna eat your food. If it was not store-bought, I'm probably not gonna eat it.
Yeah.
But like I was working for a daycare, and like they were like, oh, you know, like who's bringing what? This person's like, oh, I'll bring brownies, you know, I'll bring this. And so like the person, one of my coworkers was like, well, what kind of pound cake did you make, Jessica? And like, excuse me, in my mind, I was like, really? Because I was at the time, I was the only Black person working at the daycare. So at the time, I was like, really, so you just assume I can make pound cake? So, like mostly palm color. Bring salad. Listen, because they're like, what kind of pound cake did you make? First of all, I don't make pound cake.
My grandmother does.
Second of all, I was bringing Rice Krispie treats. Like, well, you're not gonna put me in a box. Like, we're not doing this. Sidebar, I really want some buffalo chicken wings. Okay.
I want some chicken wings. Period.
She just said, I don't bring anything to potlucks, and I'm trying to find reasons not to participate. I have learned potlucks are very dangerous.
I bring myself.
Like, one of my coworkers was like,
But then again, you got a lot of palm color people that let their dogs and cats on the counters and whatnot.
Right. Like, she was like, oh, like one girl made cake pops, and I'll never forget this. I was working for a certain agency that me and
I
Frank
remember you said that.
worked for.
No.
And she said, oh, if you find dog hair, I'm sorry.
Not you know it's there.
She was like, oh, my
It's
dog.
still
No, she
wrong.
was saying, like, my dog was in the kitchen, so if you find dog hair. The cake pops went right there. And she said, this football team and family have eaten my food. So that was the second. And I don't disappoint. I disappoint every time. Listen. Like, I remember we were gonna have they was like, oh, we're gonna do a fellowship with the daycare. It was like, oh, well, somebody should cook. All of them looked at me. I turned around and looked out the window. They was like, oh, I was just like,
Yeah, no.
and I looked back. They was like, oh, we can come to your house. First of all,
Say what?
First of all, if you know me, people don't come to my
I
house.
don't like people.
People don't come to my house.
What?
I don't let people in my house.
No.
I have friends who don't know my address. Like, I don't let folks in my house. Like,
We can sit outside.
huh?
We said we can come sit outside.
And even that, like, for instance, certain people don't even come to my, like, I don't, like, Frank made a joke one time, it's the only reason why we know where Jessica lives is because we help her move. That's not 100% true. Like, I trust them in my space, but I had brothers come in from out of town, like, spiritual brothers come in from out of town. Yo, Jessica, come to your house. What's your address? You know. We be at a restaurant. I come to your hotel. Like, we are not coming to my house. Like, there are 3 people on earth who have keys to my house. My dad being one of them, and 2 of my sisters.
Got
And it was like, my one sister has them because she's power of attorney and she's my healthcare proxy.
you. Got
So you gotta come to my house, cool. The other one has it because she may randomly pop into Buffalo at one moment, and I'm not gonna be home. Let yourself in. The back room is already made up.
Sure.
But like that stop and buy thing. So the fact that y'all wanted to come into my personal space, and then expected to cook, she's like, oh my God, soul food would be amazing. But there's a lot of soul food restaurants that you can bring it in. Don't stereotype this Black woman. Like don't do that. I'm not out here put, just assuming that you put, craisins in your potato salad. Like, I'm not judging you. Don't judge me.
Yo.
Renee said live down. Listen, cousin, you already know. The last time you were at my house for real, that for more than 15 minutes is because I had prayer at my house. And only certain people were invited.
Gotcha.
And that's because God told me to. Like, God was like, you need to open up your house and have prayer. And I was like, God, we can have prayer anywhere. And it wasn't even like the people that was invited to prayer wasn't people I wanted in my house. It was just the fact that I like my space. And so, and at the time, it was like 8 people in my house.
Oh, no.
And we were all having prayer. And like, it was, prayer was crazy. Like, everybody ended up being laid out at some point. But it was just like, I had a conversation with God first. Like, we couldn't have this prayer. Like, it was nice outside. We can't have prayer for work. We do prayer walk. We do prayer to work. Get ready. We pass out and we fall out. We fall out of our blankets. Like, we good, Jesus. One of us be up to protect the other ones. We be all right. But yeah, like, so yeah, the potlucks is a no for me. And then I joined the page on Facebook called "This Is Why I Don't Do Potlucks," and it further confirms why I don't do potlucks.
Smell like liquor.
So yeah,
I can't help you.
But yeah, I appreciate you guys for being with us today, man. My cousins, my family, everybody for coming through. We getting ready to.
No, for real, definitely stuck with the dog hair.
Dante, like, she admitted that her dog was in the kitchen when she was making the cake pops.
That's just disgusting.
She said, it's got to be divine revelation for you to get it. Like, it's funny because it's true. But no, like, so Cheryl's she's like an adopted cousin. Cheryl's family, Zanetta has been in my house, my sister Private Brady, she in my house, she's been in my house, she got my keys. Like, certain people, like, if I know that you won't do the inconvenient pop by, or I'm in the neighborhood, you won't know where I live. But I also said, when I get a house, my housewarming will be at a hall. Because everybody ain't coming to my house. Like, it's a housewarming. We can take these, I love you too, because we can take these gifts to my house. You ain't got to be in my house for our housewarming. She said the keys to your house is seated right to the keys to the key. Dante, it's for real. Like, when I tell you, it sounds terrible. It took me almost 3 years to get my dad keys to my house.
Dad, I don't think anybody can have a key to my house other than me. I might even do like a biometric scanner. Like, eye print you, fingerprint you. You gotta get parts of yourself to get into my house.
And it's not like it took me 3 years for my dad, because my dad is the type, he random pop up. If I don't answer the door when he see my car in the driveway, he'll come in. Like, it was one of them, and like the only reason why he got a key, and Dad, I love you if you watch it. We at a different place now. The only reason why he got keys to my house originally is because I dislocated my leg.
Gotcha.
And I was in rehab. And he had to get into my apartment to get clothes, undergarments. So like, I was like, just make a key and bring my original keys back. Like, but like at the time, I was like, what was you going through? Because your mojo messed up my prayer closet. Because when I was in my prayer closet, because my closet and my prayer closet are one and the same. Gotcha. So like, I was like, what was you going through? Because the mojo in my prayer closet is all the way jacked up. Like, I got to resaturate the atmosphere. Because I don't know what she was going through, but like, it took me the longest to get in. Like, if Shereen was on here, she would tell me, she would laugh. Because my dad was like, why don't you just give me keys? I was like, I'll just let you in. I was not giving my keys up. Now he knows boundaries and we're better. She said, I hate to see just what your husband is going to have to do. My husband is different. He got full access to everything. That's different. I mean, once you are married to me, you got access to everything. Like, it's not going to be trouble at all. But if you want to bring friends home, you're going to need to call first. Because I'll be in my house living my best life. So don't bring your friends by without letting me know. Because somebody gonna get shot. Like, yo, you what? My bad. You didn't call first. Like, you just walked in here. You know, my husband is not gonna have that problem because I really feel like I know that God connects you to people with similar personalities. Even though they say opposites attract, I don't really think my husband is gonna be one of those people who likes to entertain a lot.
Mm-hmm. Got you.
And if he does, I'm gonna be in a townhouse with a man cave anyway. Go to y'all man cave. I'll be upstairs. Like, I don't see me because I don't like to entertain a lot.
Yeah.
Because people think because like people like me and Frank are naturally extroverted, we just like people around us all the time.
Yeah.
We talk for a living. When we get home, we don't want to talk to nobody. Like, my phone has been on Do Not Disturb since January. Like, it has not come off of Do Not Disturb once.
Right.
Like, it's just no. But my husband is gonna be different. You got your space, I got mine. You want to entertain, go to your man cave. Let me be upstairs. With the door closed. Living my best life.
See, for me, I legit gotta. I gotta actually want you over my house. I gotta actually like you. First, let's get that up. I gotta like you. I love everybody, but I don't like everybody. I gotta like you in order for you to come to my house. Like, you might get backyard access, front yard access, but you might have to pee next to the tree. I'm sorry.
Lord.
It's alright. It's alright. You know? Spirits travel. Spirits stay. Okay? You will not step into my house with your foul oil and leave your footprints on my shag rug. Sorry. Not sorry. But no. We coming up.
Keeping it going, we got them hot topics, local news, and BGC flowing. We got Big Kev on the air, Dark Knight flying in here. It's Fire 716, and we rocking it.
Fire 716, it's your girl Jay Shereen in the room with me, Kev on air.
You know what it is.
You already know this is Big Frank in the morning. For those who are wondering, Big Frank is our Big Frankie. He will be back with us on Monday. You know, businessmen got to do business things. That's what we're doing. You know, Dark Knight, he has a mandatory training. It is what it is. So we hold down the radio station. If you have not been following us on YouTube and Facebook, you're missing out because we have had some funny conversations. The most recent conversation is, letting people in your house.
Nope.
I don't let people in my house. Like, my cousin was joking around. It was like, she said she hates to see what I was going to do with my husband. I was like, when we married, that's full access. You ain't got no problems. But,
I'm definitely putting a porta potty.
Like, we just don't do lots of people in the house. Zanetta said that it sounds like we need to set up a porta potty in the backyard.
For sure. I'm with it.
And that's the thing. I am the type of person that you can see my car in the driveway and I could be staring at you and still tell you I'm not home. Like,
out the window.
In the window.
I ain't even here, bro.
Jessica, I see you.
I see you.
I ain't home. My house ain't home. Like,
we on vacation.
My house is not home. I'll be dead looking at you in the window. My house ain't home. I'm sorry.
For real.
Like, it's like I said, it's the rate of pop-ups. And when I was I have background. I'm not just me, y'all. So y'all like Jay Sheree me. When I lived with my aunt and I was taking care of her, people knew where my aunt lived. So they will pop up at inconvenient hours, inconvenient moments, late at night, 10, 11 o'clock at night. I need prayer. I need this. So when I said when I got my own spot, only select people who's going to know where I live, because the people that who did the pop-ups would have been like, oh, I need prayer. It's 11 o'clock. You better call Jesus. He got the answers. So, like, I just made it my business not to let certain people know where I live. And plus, I do, like Kev said, behind the scenes footage, I do believe in strange fire and not letting certain spirits into your house. And so you're not going to get an invite unless I know your spirit.
For sure.
It is what it is. And with that being said, we're getting ready to get into some local news. Buffalo, there was a shooting on Main in West Utica. The man sustained a leg injury, so thank God it wasn't fatal. But they're looking for more details. So if you know anything about the shooting, the Buffalo Police Department is looking for help trying to solve the case. But it looked like a confrontation gone wrong.
Yeah, don't be out here snitching.
It was on Maine and West Utica, so I'm not surprised.
No, for real.
I shouldn't say that to Jesus.
Nobody's
Listen. In Lackawanna, the 34-year-old man is dead after two suspects fired 10 to 15 shots into a parked truck. This was a direct hit.
Oh, for sure.
That's
crazy.
The thing that's really like irking me about Buffalo, Niagara Falls, Lackawanna, and surrounding areas is that now that it is warm, all the killings are happening.
It happens. It's like that everywhere. Once it gets hot, people can get outside and look at people's faces and all this extra. People do stupid things.
Real killers kill all season long. I'm just saying.
I mean,
I'm just kidding. Fire 716 does not promote murder and crime. That was all jokes. So please don't listen to that. They said they should kill all year round. It was a joke. I was just saying if you're a real thug, you can be killed all year round.
ain't gonna stop you.
In Niagara Falls, police seized guns, drugs, cash after a convicted felon was arrested. So
Wow.
this story actually like blew me somewhat away because the guy was actually I'm trying to pull it up for you guys. The amount of stuff that was found is what blew my mind. So he was found with 14 ounces of cocaine, 19 grams of cocaine base, which was crack, and $92,650 in cash. Henry Oliver of Niagara Falls is charged with 2 counts of second-degree criminal possession of a weapon, additional narcotics charges, and will be filed pending laboratory testing results. The fact that you had $92,650 on you, yeah. And you're a convicted felon. So your sentence is about to be crazy right now. Like you not getting a life sentence. She said when it gets hot when it gets hot. Yeah. It started the first day the sun was all the way out. That's actually true. So for this guy, that's a test of character. Because I really want to know if he had more money, but that's how much the police reported.
Right.
Because that's a real awkward but defined number. $92,650. You sure there wasn't more? Like, I'm just kidding, Niagara Falls Police Department. I'm not accusing you of stealing.
I mean, it's very much possible. Don't put it past nobody.
I was just kidding you. But no, that is our local news for today. You know, we're getting ready to wrap up and go into our final thoughts. First, we just want to encourage y'all to have a safe and wonderful weekend. There's a lot of things going on this weekend. Please be safe out here. You know, while you're out here, don't be out here wilding, y'all. Like Buffalo, Niagara Falls. Let's try to have a safe weekend. Kev on air. What's your final thought?
Victory is mine.
Day 5.
Victory is mine. Victory today is mine.
Sound like Molly.
Listen, when I say walk in it, I said that already. Own it, I said that already. Just be victorious, okay? That's it. That's all. Like, know where you at, know where you stand, and just be victorious. Because it's only up from here. I'm out.
My final thought is, you know, it's okay to have limitations, but don't limit yourself.
Facts.
You know, it's okay to, you know, have limitations with relationships and setting boundaries, but this is not the season for you to put limitations on yourself. Whether you have flaws, where you feel like you have shortcomings, anything of that nature, it still doesn't limit you from greatness. Some of the best people, as we have talked about in the Bible, had limitations. The Peters of the world had limitations. Moses had a speech impediment, but he helped deliver a people. So don't be out here putting limitations on yourself just because you feel like you're not perfect enough for what you have.
So I'm gonna
You are all great, and there's greatness in you. So don't let the limitations stop you. It's your girl Jay Cherie, the boy Kev on air. This is Big Frank in the morning. Join us again on Monday morning, where we will be live and lit with more hot topics, more local news, more Big Girl Chronicles, more laughter.
Yeah.
With Big Frank in the morning. Y'all enjoy your weekend. We'll see you Monday. Let's go. Facebook and YouTube, thank you so much for joining us, for all your comments, for all your littiness. Listen, we love y'all. Coming in on Monday, 8 a.m., 8 to 10 o'clock. You know, we're going to have a full crew here. Keep holding it down.
Listen, it's going to be lit.
We going to be lit. Just stay tuned with us because we got some activities in Buffalo coming up for the radio station, some stuff that we got going on in July and August. You don't want to miss that. Thanks once again. We love y'all.
Love y'all. Love y'all.
It's Fire 716.
Let's go.
It's Big Frank in the morning, Jay Cherie keeping it going. We got them hot topics, local news, and BGC flowing. We got Big Kev on the air, Dark Knight flying in here. It's Fire 716 and we rocking it.